This is The Old Curiosity Shop by Charles Dickens, published by the International Collectors Library in an unknown year. The book is bound in this deep blue paperboard, which is quite thin and quite cheap. On the front cover here, we have this printed on gold foiling, which also looks very cheap. The spine has that same cheap gold foiling with the title of the book, the author's last name, and the name of the publisher. The spine is also very squishy. It doesn't have much support, so it's just that very thin cardboard. The back cover is unadorned in that deep blue paperboard. The top edge of the book is unsprayed but trimmed. The side edge of the pages are untrimmed, so there's that decal to it, but on this book in particular, it looks more ratty than it does antique. And the bottom edge of the pages are trimmed. The book also has this very cheap satin colored ribbon marker. It's very thin, it's very ratty, and it's super discolored. It also doesn't really match the book, unless it used to be some sort of blue, but it looks like it used to be purple or pink. I can't tell which. But it is very thin and cheap. There are no front end papers, and the inside of the front cover was repaired with washi tape by the previous owner. The actual end papers look like this. And I must say, I definitely prefer the washi tape repair. They are this very nasty looking, dirty paper. And the end papers are only ever so slightly thicker than the actual pages themselves, so they don't support the book too well. They have this very off-putting design that looks like a bunch of hairs sprinkled in. And I must say, I have never hated an end paper design more. I would much rather have just plain pieces of paper. There's also quite a bit of what appears to be moisture damage in the crease, but that's not the publisher's fault, although they do make it seem like so. There's nothing special about the paper of the book itself. It's very acidic and has started to yellow. As you can see, International Collectors Library in Garden City, New York. This book was printed in the United States of America, most likely in the early 1900s, I would have to guess. There is a 2-page introduction, well, a preface by Charles Dickens himself, and then we get straight into the book. There is nothing interesting in the book. There are no illustrations, but that's about what you would expect from a book that is this old, and of course, this cheap. And once you finish the book, you are greeted with the very unfortunate reward of having to look at these disgusting end papers once again. But at least once you're done, you'd never have to use this ribbon marker ever again. So that's all for this copy of The Old Curiosity Shop from the International Collectors Library. And if you do read this book, the greatest reward will be getting to put it back on your shelf and never having to touch it ever again. So that's all, and thank you very much.